Hi, partners. My business card has author, actor, lecturer on the front of it. My career started as an actor when I was a little boy, and I saw a picture that my two brothers took me to called 10 Nights in a Bar Room. If you have my book, you know how I've progressed, always doing acting, performing of some kind. Now, my career as an actor automatically put me into speaking. And speaking now, I can tell you I've spoken in more National Management Association chapters than any other speaker in the United States. I was in Fresno speaking to the East Fresno Kiwanis Club, and the Lieutenant Governor stood up and said, "Hey, fellow Kiwanians, look at the flag over here." He pointed to our flag. So I want to read something to you that was written by a fellow Kiwanian in 1968. Well, I heard that and I couldn't stand it. It meant so much to me. When he finished, I said, "May I have a copy of that?" I took it, went home back to Burbank here, where I am now. I memorized it and put the Mormon choir with the Battle Hymn of the Republic behind it as background. Spoken now all over everywhere. I want to use this as the first program in January 2018 of my reports to my little foundation. Pretend now that there's a flag right in front of me. I'm looking at it, and I want to repeat exactly what I did when I heard that man speak the first time years ago, and what you've seen me do on YouTube many times. I am the flag of the United States of America, conceived in the dreams of liberty and the hopes of freedom. I was designed by the hands of Betsy Ross, and her sewing basket was my cradle. Though I was never an orphan, I was adopted by the Continental Congress in 1777 and proclaimed the national emblem of a nation newly born on this continent, fighting valiantly for survival and destined to bring to all mankind a new concept in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I rode with Ethan Allen, the Green Mountain Boys, at the Battle of Fort Bennington. I was flown above the decks of old Ironsides and the massive Yankee clippers. I blazed the trail with Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett. I led the settlers coming west and crossed Death Valley in a covered wagon. Once I fell to the ground at Custer's last stand to Little Bighorn. There were no living hands left to pick me up, but I galloped up the slopes of San Juan Hill with Colonel Teddy Roosevelt and his Rough Riders in the United States Cavalry. I was carried through the halls of Montezuma onto the shores of Tripoli by the United States Marine Corps. I stayed with the boys till it was over there. On the battlefields of the Marne, Chateau Thierry, St. Mihiel, and the Argonne Forest, I saw many of the youth and manhood of our nation fall and lie still in death. They'd given their last full measure of blood. The war was over for them forever, but I kept my lonely vigil over their graves and stayed to watch the poppies grow amid the crosses row on row in Flanders Field. I was raised by 6 brave Marines and sailors during the Hell of Iwo Jima in the final hours of World War II. Haven't changed much, 240 years. I still have my original 13 stripes, but as each state came in the Union, a new star was proudly added to the constellation of my blue field. Start with 13, now there are 50. I've draped the caskets of our nation's heroes and borne to their last resting place the bodies of presidents, generals, admirals, humble privates, and the unknown soldier. Wherever free men gather, wherever there's justice, equality, faith, hope, charity, truth, and brotherly love, there too am I. When you stand with your hand over your heart and recite the Pledge of Allegiance to me, don't merely mouth the words, but think of what they mean to you and mean what you say. And when you come to the phrase one nation under God, remember it matters not what your religious belief. It only matters that you hold your faith dear, that you practice it daily, and that you preserve it forever. History will never write my obituary, for I am the stars and stripes forever. I'm Old Glory. I'm your flag. I am you. Oh, God bless America. He's done so much to help our country. Okay, that's it. Stop now and go back and finish the rest of my report. I love you guys. Go get 'em!